What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. It is great to be back with you again today. I am always excited, baby, to talk to another Flip Lifestyle community member. People out there actually monetizing their ideas, turning their content into cash, building incomes for their family, and setting their family free, getting that freedom to live life on their terms. And I'm super excited to talk to Flip Lifestyle community member Nicole Gray. How you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. So excited to be here with you, Shane. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited for you to be here because we are celebrating something today. We have a celebration. We got a party hat. If I could hit celebration on your podcast and make the little party hats go across it like you do in the text message, I would do it right now. But Nicole, you made your first sale. You made your first sale, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. And I think we talked off air. You made your second sale too since the last time we got you signed up, didn't you?
Absolutely. Yes.
That's my favorite is when usually we look for people who made their first sale. I love to celebrate and help people get more sales. And it's always cool when someone comes on and goes, since then I've made more money online. Right. And you sold a $147 product online. Is that true?
I did. Yes.
Nicole, think about this. Do you know how many millions of people have ideas that they want to monetize and never take action on them? Like, I see it every single day. And you weren't like them. You weren't like people that were just listening and lurking and, I listen to the podcast and I got dreams. You're a doer, not a dreamer. And you went out and got two people to pay you $147. And guess what? If you can find two, you can find 202. These are not the only people that want what you sell. There's 8 billion people on the planet, and you have put yourself in the right place to be in the right place at the right time and go make some money. And also too, listen, $147 first sale. My first money I ever made on the internet was 11 cents. Right. So you are 2,000 times better than me at online business already. How does that feel?
That feels amazing.
How did it feel when you got the first sale? Like, what did that feel like? Just like what did it feel like?
It was really cool because it was actually, I'm still a public high school teacher, and it was a dean at my school. And I sent my information to her and just kind of was like, hey, would you mind sharing this? And she's like, you are an answer to prayer. She's like,
oh, geez.
She's like, I was looking for someone to help my son with reading this summer. I'm signing him up. So
wow. Wow. And isn't that amazing? Like, think about that. Like think how many other thousands of people are saying that prayer and they need you right now. So let's get everybody caught up real quick. And then we'll talk about how to grow this thing. Cause we want to share that with everybody so they can learn how to start building, growing online business too. But tell everybody about you, tell them about your background, and tell them about your online business idea.
Okay. So I'm in Central Florida. I'm born and raised Floridian. So I've been teaching for 22 years now. I taught elementary school for 15 years, and I've taught reading in the high school for 6 years, which is students who struggle with reading. And during that time, I started to really focus on SAT and ACT prep for these students so that they could get a concordance score to graduate high school. So doing that, I've built relationships with these teenagers and really learned to love some of the more unlovable per se kids. Sure. And when I went to Life Surge last summer and I heard you speak, and I'm like, he was a teacher, and it was amazing. And so that was my first connection. And then when I went to Income Surge, I was like, you got an idea? I'm like, yeah, I have lots of ideas. So narrowing down on my idea was at first I was thinking maybe I would support other teachers. And after a couple of weeks, I pivoted and I'm like, I want to support students. Yeah. And so that's kind of where I've been right now, and got my website made and just dipping my toes in social media, even though I should be doing more of that. And
you're getting there. You can't do it all at once. Right. And right. It's funny you say that about, we're having a training actually pretty soon where we're going to do our idea training live online. And everybody out there, if you're listening to this, you should totally go to that training. But the thing about the idea is you get your idea, I want to help kids read. And then you're like, well, who do I want to serve? I want to work with the kids. And then you just market to the parents because they've got the wallet. That's the only game you're going to play now is how do you get in front of more people like the person that purchased for your thing. And did you know that my wife, Jocelyn, she was a librarian when she, that was her job before we were entrepreneurs. And, but she was really deep into being a reading specialist. That's what she did every day. It was her. Jocelyn started out, I was a football coach. I got my first job, probably, I don't remember what year it was, but it was a while back. And so I was a head coach at this small county school out in Western Kentucky. Jocelyn went back to school. She was an MBA dropout. And then, which is hilarious because now she could teach all the MBAs how to actually run a business instead of what they say in their textbook. But she was an MBA dropout and she got a job as a teacher's aide. That's how she started out her career. And she was a reading person and she helped with reading. Then she went back to school, got her master's in library special, or what's it called? Media specialist or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And
or
then
library science.
I don't know what it was. She got to be a librarian. And then she started, that was what she did almost every day. She helped reading interventions, but you're helping teenagers, right? You're looking for the older kids so they can do better on their SAT and stuff like that.
I am. I have worked with some younger kids, but I think the Zoom format and stuff is just
hard. A lot of people don't even realize that, like, how reading could hamper a kid from doing well on the ACT stuff, or even their state testing. That's half the battle. So you can totally promote it as parents. Do you want your kids to get into a better college and have a better life? That's the angle for marketing that you could play. And then when they come to your website, they're like, you tell them how you do that. Like, reading is going to hold your kid back. Let me help you intervention. And then you just figure out how to target where it's not going after like the really, super kids who are doing well already. You got to help the struggling kids, the unlovable kids.
My second customer was actually, she had taken the ACT and was 1 point away from getting a scholarship in Florida that pays 75% of her tuition.
Ooh.
And so her dad, I met him I went to like our local high school at a basketball camp, and I just went and introduced myself and kind of told them about my website. And he contacted me. He's like, hey, she has this test on Saturday. Can you help us? And I was like, let's do it. So we tutored that week. I worked with her on Zoom and she got that 1 point. And
oh my gosh, you've got to record that testimonial like immediately.
Yes. And he is amazing. He's now signed up his son and his niece from Virginia in my program.
Let's go. Listen, you can build a huge business on one testimonial like that. Like, if you can tell like that story, you need to tell that story on every webinar you do, emails, on your sales page. Like, that story is going to sell this thing by itself. Like, this kid needed 1 point to get a scholarship, and in 1 weekend, my program got it for her. And then you got the dad on there that says, I love Nicole Gray. Nicole Gray has helped me so much in my life. Like the kid, then the kid on there, I'm in the college I wanted to go to. Thanks, Nicole. Like, all that all that's got to happen.
Because he told me anything you need, you just let me know. So
you take advantage of that. Like, when a customer says that, it's on. I will milk that till the cows come home. Let's go. Right. Yes. Yeah. So point one, go get that testimonial on film. Okay. And make sure you don't date it, anything like that. No dates, no times, no nothing. Like, let's let people know like generalities, because that testimonial will be paying off for you forever for that too. So let's talk a little bit more about like how to grow the thing. Like, you've got the website, you've got the stuff, you've got kind of the program developing, you're fulfilling at a high level apparently, because like you're getting these results for people. But like, now where do you feel most stuck, like, and what to do next?
I bought a microphone and stuff to do a podcast in the box, and then put that on my shelf. And then I bought a YouTube program, to learn how to do YouTube, and haven't started it. And so I think I'm one of those people, even though it's been like 9 months in, I'm still stuck in my head a lot. And, so I think promoting social media and then figuring out where to put my content and what content to put out there.
What we need to think about is like, who's going to be, so here's some questions. I love caveman thinking. I really do. I think if everyone would just think like a caveman sometimes and be a lot simpler in what they do, everybody gets so complex so fast.
Yes.
Like, all you got to do to answer any question is say who, what, when, where, how, and why. That's all you have to do, guys. Like, who is going to be looking for your content? That's the first thing we got to ask ourselves. Well, I don't think the student is necessarily going to be looking for it, right? The student is searching up Mr. Beast videos, not how to get 1 more point on my ACT.
Right.
So we know that the parent is going to be looking for that support, right? And then we have to think like, okay, well, when would they look? They do look when they need it. Where would they look? That's a really important question. And to me, if I'm thinking this through, of course, we can research this. Like, if I was going to look, when I look for things for Isaac and Anna Joe, my kids, for their school stuff, I go to Google. I'm a parent. I'm looking in Google, and Google is in the, YouTube is owned by Google, right? So YouTube shows up in Google results. Okay.
Right.
So to me, I would think that probably YouTube is a good place to start with that. And right. And then I've got to think like, what do I put on YouTube? Right. Well, I
Right.
mean, you're going to have to say things like you would be saying it to a parent. Like, for example, you could have a YouTube video like how to get your kid one more point on the ACT. Then all that video does is tell the story of you helping this person get 1 point on the ACT. You give them 3 or 4 tips. Then you're like, and then the answer is come hire me. Right. So you link them back to your website. I don't think this is something necessarily. And again, I'm just speaking in general. These are like success leaves clues, stuff I've thought about in the past. Like, is a podcast a big deal right here? I mean, I don't know if people are really like listening to podcasts about their kids doing ACT better, you know?
Probably not.
They're looking for the freaking answer. The good thing is you can create a really short sales funnel. It's like, can I show up and search? Yes, because we can pay for it if we need to. Can I show up and search and in that video convince a parent to at least reach out to me to learn more, to get a free resource or something? So it's a super short sales funnel. You can just do YouTube videos, you know? I don't know if interruption marketing, like social media, is a really big deal here. Like, I don't know about that. We would have to research that more, but I do know you've got to create content. And it seems like getting found in search is going to be really important. And the easiest content to create is YouTube content because you can put an app on your phone, set it up in front of you and do a video anytime you want, right? With strategies.
Yeah.
Why have you not made any videos or podcasts or anything? Why have you not done that though? Are you just scared to? Is it like you don't know if you're doing the right thing? Like
fear. I feel almost like stage fright as soon as I think about doing it. I feel like I lose every idea I have.
Oh, you need. Are you a person who calendars everything or plans the other day out a bulleted list, or do you just kind of wing it?
I wing it. I live in my head.
Interesting. So, okay, I do too. I never script or do anything more than like a bulleted list on a Post-it note, right?
Yeah.
Even in my seminar, when you saw me speak 16 hours, that's pretty much go. I got some slides, but we're winging it. Let's go. Right. Okay. I'm talking for 16 hours straight. My guess is you're trying to plan it out. You're worried about the plan instead of just like turning the camera on and recording. You know, you probably need a better, like an easier like flow right now at first. Like just like pull out your phone and record. Okay. Right. And just talk about what you're kind of wanting to talk about. Maybe a bulleted list or something like that. Because a lot of times people like us, when we kind of like to just wing it, if we make too big of a plan, we start feeling the shackles of the plan wrap around our throats. Absolutely. And like, oh, it's terrible, right? It's like you can feel the weight on your wrists and your ankles. And it's like, and that makes us get mad and we just frustrate and stop. It's not even stage fright. It's like, I don't want to do this.
That explains it perfectly. That's where
Yeah. And for people listening, if you're not a person who wings it, like that's probably the opposite is your problem. You're not writing things down with a script. Like some people I know, like Jocelyn will type out a whole script and put it up on her screen and just read it because she's a very big planner and she needs to know ahead of time what's going to happen so it's predictable. I'm kind of like I hope my on air sign behind me sets on fire and I got to get up in the middle of the show and put it out. That'd be fun. Let's do that. That's exciting. Right. So I wonder if like that's more what it is you could just start with like an idea and just record it. Also too, here's a tip. Write down 3 or 4 ideas and just say to yourself, I'm not going to post these anywhere. I'm literally not going to post these anywhere. Okay. All I'm going to do is record a video to get used to it. And what you'll find is, one, you'll probably end up using one of them because it'll be good. You'll be like, I'm totally using that. But like take the pressure off. Like, okay, now you have to ask yourself the adult question. Why would I not record a video I'm never going to share anywhere? That's the stupidest thing. Why would I start and stop? Like you would be crazy. Like you would tell a kid they were crazy if they said something like that. Like, hey, go write down these 3 vocabulary words, but no one's ever going to see it. You're not going to do it. And if you do it, you'll get $100. But like you're not going to post it anywhere. And like, you would tell like a kid would be crazy, like for not doing that. Right. So like, that's a good tip that I do sometimes. Like if I'm feeling writer's block or something, I'll just record something I know I'm not going to share anywhere. And it kind of turns me loose. Like on the microphone, right?
Okay,
also, another tip for stage fright. This one can work 2 ways. I love having a microphone in front of me and the camera. I'm not shy, but it's kind of like a podium. there's just something like really comforting for me, like when I record. And I mean, I don't really have much of a embarrassment gene anymore. I can just talk anywhere, but like it's still, I like to have the microphone. When I see the microphone between me and the camera, it just feels like, oh, I'm like, it's almost like putting on a suit to go to work. Like I feel like it's like a different me. It's like a different thing. It's like, it's a different vibe. So that can be a really good tip too, is to have like, if you're looking at this on YouTube, guys, I've got like a boom mic. It's coming in front of me. It's kind of like sitting in between me and you. So there's some space. I have personal space between me and the camera. So I like that too. But some people like having a big bunch of equipment and stuff like makes them freak out because they're like, oh my God, I've got to talk into this microphone.
Right.
So you can get like a Blue Snowball type microphone or like some kind of like ambient microphone that you can actually sit like behind your computer screen if you want, and it's just picking up the sound better. So pick a path like that. Like, does a microphone make you nervous?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So maybe you might like the microphone because it's so different than teaching. Because teaching, we're like intimate and like with each other.
Right.
This could be like, oh no, I'm in Nicole the recorder mode now. Let's do this. You know
in the zone. Yeah.
In the zone. Like I'm ready to go. Also too, like blocking off like a day to record is really helpful. Like a lot of people struggle with putting it into their day. Like even today, like I had 3 podcasts that I've recorded today. But I like to put now. I woke up today, and when I was drinking my coffee, I was like, I am Shane Sams, the podcaster today. I'm not Shane Sams, the CEO. I'm not Shane Sams, the copywriter. I'm not Shane Sams, the public speaker who's on a stage in front of 10,000 people. I am the podcaster today. And like being able to declare that, like take a Saturday and like that's podcaster day, like, right? It's YouTuber day for you and just record stuff, you know? Okay. So you haven't tried to record anything. How long do you feel like you need to make a YouTube video?
Like how long should the video be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about doing shorts starting there, but then I feel like they should have more content to go to. So I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes.
Cool. That's fine. What you just said is what you should do. Start with shorts. Go make 5 1-minute videos as soon as we get off this podcast right here and upload them to YouTube. Right. No, do 3 videos that you're not going to use, delete them off your phone. And then be like, I could totally do this. Then record 5 1-minute videos, right? And just post them on YouTube. That's all you got to do. Like you can go set up a YouTube channel right now for free and upload those and just do them on your phone. That's good. Why would they need more content? They have no content.
That's true.
Yeah. They're at 0 until you make the first ones. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So give them something and then make a video day and say, I'm going to record a 15-minute video. It might take me 10 takes before I'm happy with it, but I'm going to do it. Another tip too is when you're doing videos, Jocelyn had to do this sometimes in the beginning. You go set up your YouTube channel, go live. And there probably won't be anybody there, but 1 or 2 people might randomly find it all of a sudden. And then, but once you're live, there's no turning back. It's like a roller coaster. You know, you buckle in and that thing starts moving. They're not stopping it for you. You're going over the hill. Okay. Going live is somewhat scarier, but it's 1 button push and then there's no turning back. You're done. You got to do it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of like reading. Like I would say, like I would say you'd see kids come in. They're probably uncomfortable when they work with you the first time.
Yeah.
Right? And then the second time is probably a little better. And then the 4th or 5th time, they're probably like rolling, like they're ready to go. You know?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You just gotta get the reps to make it comfortable. You know?
I got to start doing it uncomfortable. Right.
Uncomfortable. Yes. Jocelyn and I do a lot of like trauma work, healing work, therapy. Like we love therapy. We love somatic healing. We love all these different things that make us better people. Right. And Jocelyn is working with a amazing lady right now on some different things, just like mindset work. And she shared an amazing piece of wisdom the other day. She was like, you know, most people, when they're doing like work on themselves, they feel like when I get better, I'll be okay. Yeah. Right. Once this thing heals, once I overcome this, once I work through that, no, you've got to train your nervous system to do it now. Like there is no tomorrow. It's only now. Right.
Right.
So the faster you can record a 1-minute video, the faster your nervous system has to say, oh, I can do this right where I am right now. And I will suck at this right now. But next week, I'll suck less. And then the next week, I won't suck. And then finally, I'll be good, right? It's like, like it's just like reading, right? You teach people reading like that. So what would you say to someone? I want you to like tell me, I'm a kid and I'm like, I don't want to go to reading intervention. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What would you tell me?
I say, I understand it's probably always sucked in the past. You probably feel like you failed in the past and it's not something enjoyable for you. But if you trust me and go with it, I'm going to show you tips and tricks and ways that you can be successful and almost cheat the system and work ways around actually thinking that you're reading. And we're going to build your mindset so that you believe that you are a good reader.
Take out reading and reader and type in videoing and YouTube.
Okay.
Word for word, what you just said to me. Instead of saying you're going to be a great reader, you could say you're going to be a great YouTuber. Instead of saying you're a great YouTuber, you're going to be good at YouTubing, right? The same words that you just said to that kid.
Okay.
Change reading and you to a YouTuber, and that's it. You just said the exact same thing. So now you just got to look in the mirror and do what you do for your students. For yourself.
Yeah. I believe it for them. I just got to believe it for me now.
That's exactly right. You know what's funny though is stuff like that. You don't really even have to believe it.
Okay.
You just have to do it. Okay. Right. Like there's been times in my life where, like I like to weightlift. I'm a power lifter, right? Like, so I lift like really heavy. I like picking up heavy things. I always have, Yeah. I'm a big guy. I like to do that. And there's been many times that I've gotten under that bar and I've had to be like, I can do that. I got this. I'm like going like out loud. I'm like, I got this. I know I can lift this. I'm going to bench 300 pounds. This is mine. Today's my day. And I get under that bar and I look up at it and that dude lifts it off and hands it to me. And the first thing in my mind is like, nope, I do not believe that. Right. But I've already committed. The bar is out. So I might as well do it. And then, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you're like, I do lift it and I do rack it. And I go, holy crap, I did not think I could do that. I can't believe I did that. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like I don't think people should wait to believe in themselves. I think we should just do the thing and fail miserably and then do it again. And then it's like, awesome. That's why I love weightlifting actually because of that, because the only way to succeed at weightlifting is to fail every workout. It's because you have to make the muscles grow.
That's true.
Failure makes the muscles grow until you get to your next goal. And then you just set another goal. So I want to set a goal for you to be a YouTuber. Can we set a goal for that?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. And then also too, I love the strategy right now that you're doing. People forget that online business is only to connect you to people who live offline.
Right.
You are having momentum in your little town here. I mean, in your people, your network, like you need to be, I don't always tell everybody to share stuff on their private Facebook pages and stuff like that. I actually don't do that. I keep even when I run ads, I actually block off 25 miles from my hometown because I'm semi-anonymous here. Like people know we do something, but they don't really understand, Yeah. And so I like that. I kind of like that. So that's usually where I start. But like, what do you think about teaching, like sharing this on your public page, like your Facebook friends, be like, hey guys, I'm doing this reading thing. I tell the story. I helped, Bob, his daughter needed 1 point. We got it for her. I'd love to help your kid get some scholarships. Like hit me up and we can do this. Like because if you could get your local area going, I mean, this is something that's totally a local thing. You're in the schools. Like it's something you're doing on the side.
Right.
Like you're basically a reading tutor is what you would call yourself though, I think.
Right. And that's where I'm kind of like, do I want to be a tutor? Like, is that still successful in online business? If I'm
100%. Do you know Nicole Whitworth? Have you heard of Nicole Whitworth?
Yes.
Yournursingtutor.com.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Come on now. She's got an amazing online business, right? Like don't let labels like sit on you, like, or you're judging, the only way I judge success is money. Listen, if you go out and get 10 people to give you $147 and you're doing it through online Zoom and stuff like that, but like that's $1,500. Would that be successful to you?
It would be.
Okay. So for now, then it's going to be 15,000. That's what you got to get to, right? You can scale it, but in the beginning, you need 20 customers fast. So you can get some beta going, learn how to make your process. I would still fulfill it online.
Okay. Yeah.
I would not go to their house and stuff. I would fulfill it as if they lived in Alaska.
Right. And that's, I want to get my reach out further, because right now it has been local people. It'll eventually get there probably with
For sure.
content.
Yeah. Kareem Marato is another one. She has a website. I think it's high school. I can't remember. If you type in Kareem Marato and high school Spanish curriculum, you'll find it. But like, she teaches homeschool kids Spanish, but she started out in local homeschool groups. And like, it was hilarious because like she had this amazing online business, but it was all like within like her state of like Virginia, because she kind of like, it was like a spider web. She built it out, but she always fulfilled it online.
Okay.
And that way the fulfillment was created correctly, so that when other people find it on YouTube and other places, you have the infrastructure to take people that are far away. Right. So I would not fill it, and use that as a selling point. Like, hey guys, I would love to tutor your kid. I don't even have to come to your house. I can do it online with your kid. If they have a computer or anything, we got this. Right. And just think about how you fulfill it that way. Like, that would be really, really good. Yeah. And what you could do is too, you could actually, so think about how a sales funnel works. Like, you find people who find your content, they come to your email list, they get on a webinar, and you sell them something. That's pretty much a funnel, right? So like, you could actually kind of hybrid that to get your first customers, because we're building a business, not just an online business. But like, imagine if you were like, hey guys, I rented a room down at the rec center. I want you, if you want your kids to have a higher ACT score, I'm going to be doing a tutoring session for an hour or two, but it's for the student and the parent. So you bring them in, you teach them something, get them some, like, show them how you can help their kid. There's like 20 people in there, and then sell them. It's like, hey, if you want to sign up, I can do virtual tutoring where I tutor your kid. Right.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't done a webinar yet or anything. So
that's okay. I'm talking about more of like a live thing, like
actually going out to like a place.
Yeah. Like, just grab a thing and be like, hey, we're going to come together, and, I'm going to teach you some strategies to help your kid get a better ACT score. And then you say, you got to help, they have to have their reading better. If they can read better, they'll get the score. And then after it, just be like, hey, I'm tutoring kids virtually. You don't even have to leave your home. You don't have to drive them anywhere. It's not another practice you got to go to. It's just like me and them on Zoom and working with them and whatever. I got training, whatever it is. And then and see if you can pick some clients up that way. And then go to the, I'll tell you a good place you could go is probably the sports coaches. Yeah. Because there's probably a lot of kids who would need 1 or 2 more points to actually be able to play at college or something.
Yeah, that's what the basketball coach at the school where I teach, that's what he told me. He used to be a recruiter for a college for basketball. And he's like, we need to get those athletes. We need to market, your product to the athletes.
Yeah. And so go out and tell him, hey, tell your parents if they need me to email me or something like that. Or, be careful using school resources, but just like a networking thing with parents is fine. Like, I wouldn't hit the email list up of all the kids in the school with your thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, figure out a way to like do it for the community, like have an event, like have a readings intervention event. Like, if you have a kid who's like someone needs help, like reach out to their parent and be like, would you like me to tutor him on the side? I do it virtually from my home. I don't even have to come to your house, and, our goal will be to get them to do a new thing. And what it's doing is it's building, it doesn't matter where your customers come from, as long as they spend money. And then when you get enough testimonials and stories and things happening, that'll start taking over into your content. And then when your content's ready to blow up and you're ready to do other things, your fulfillment's perfect. You got lots of testimonials. So yeah, I would totally go a little more local with this as well. Post it on your Facebook at night, like a couple nights a week. Hey, if you know anybody that needs help, getting higher ACT scores, I do reading intervention for teens. Tell them to hit me up. People start tag a friend, you know what I mean, who needs help.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's cool stuff. Good. I love what you're doing. When you make an offer that converts, you just got to get it in front of more people. So why don't we come out of this today and go out and let's build a YouTube channel. Okay. And let's do the groundwork of getting people into your stuff. So it's not like a good plan?
It does. So I'll get out there local first. Yes. Like,
yeah. You're YouTube and local. There's a Venn diagram here. Right. And we need to get you. I want you to tag me in the community, in the forums or something, and say, Shane, here's the link to my first YouTube short, and then the link to my first YouTube video. And then we've broken the ice and we can make the rest of it happen. Deal?
Deal. Sounds good.
All right, cool. Nicole, real quick, tell everybody out there where they can find you online. Maybe there's someone out there that's his thing. Man, my student needs a better ACT score. I want the scholarship. I need some reading support. Where can they find you online?
At readingteachersupport.com and on Instagram at reading_teacher_support.
All right, guys, that wraps up my interview with Nicole Gray, an amazing member of the Flip Lifestyle community. Super excited to see her making money online and taking her next steps to grow that as well. And, the advice that I gave her about YouTube today, guys, kind of goes to everybody out there. If you want to make money online and you want to have a business that's like generating income, like you have to do it. Like you can't just learn it and you can't just buy the microphone and let it sit there and collect dust. And you can't wait until you're not afraid. I'm still afraid every time I turn on the microphone, every time I walk out on stage, every time I'm a guest on somebody else's show. Like that doesn't go away. It actually gets bigger because the stakes get higher. When I walk out and I'm speaking to 10,000 people in Los Angeles or 4,000 people in Las Vegas or whatever it is, it's not like the butterflies and jitters go away. I don't even know if I'm going to do a good job until I go out and do it. And I know there's hundreds of you, maybe thousands of you out there that are listening to this podcast right now, and you've been listening for years and you haven't done anything. Well, you're never going to get anything except entertainment from my country behind out here making crazy statements all the time, right? So you've got to take action. You've got to take your next steps. If you're ever going to monetize your ideas, if you're ever going to turn your content into cash, if you're ever going to go out there and create an income that can set your family free and help you live on your terms, like you've got to do it. You got to do it. You got to take your next step. And your first step might be to go to flippedlifestyle.com. Check out all the cool resources that we have. We've helped thousands of people start, build, and grow online businesses. I practice what I preach. I drink my own Kool-Aid. I've created multiple businesses with our methods that have all been successful, with a few failures in there in between as well, because that's part of the journey. But we'd love to help you, but we can't help you if you don't help yourself. So whatever you're doing right now, go to fliplifestyle.com, start your online business journey. If you're making content right now, if you're a podcaster, a YouTuber, a blogger, and you've already got like an audience on social media, like we can super help you monetize that idea as fast as possible. A lot of people know how to create good content. They just don't know how to monetize it. It's like a pizza chef. A pizza chef can go make a great pizza, but when they open the pizza shop, they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to make the product better. They don't know how to position it and sell it. And that's what we can help you do. So head over to fliplifestyle.com and you can check out all the cool stuff we got over there. And that will be a wrap for today's Flipped Lifestyle podcast. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I can't wait to see you again on the next episode. And until then, you know what you got to do. You got to get out there. You got to take action, and you got to do whatever it takes to flip your life. Shane Sams is out.